We need to talk. None of this pertains to anything about me, but the YouTube doomsday clock is ticking down right now. What we're about to see in this next week is going to change the course of the internet forever. Now, I know that might sound a little bit extreme, but just listen to me for a second. If any of you guys have been paying attention to the news over the past week about YouTube, you would know the CEO of YouTube, Susan Wojcicki, just stepped down. Now, Susan's claiming to be stepping down so she can spend more time with her family, pursue personal projects, and take more of a backseat role for Google. I mean, researching for this video, all I saw were people ripping into Susan and begging for this new CEO to come in and make radical changes to save the platform. I mean, by no means am I saying Susan is perfect. She played some significant roles in bringing in changes that nobody really liked, and she wasn't perfect, as no CEO is going to be. But there's no saying the new YouTube CEO is going to be any better or any worse than Susan. I mean, looking at the internet, everybody was overly ecstatic to see Susan gone, and was excited the news and saw it as the next coming of YouTube for the new CEO to swoop in and change everything. But I'm very skeptical of this. Following the news that Susan would be stepping down from CEO, YouTube was very quick to announce that they would be appointing Neal Mohan as their new CEO. So doing a little bit of background research on Neal, I learned that he has played a pretty big role in YouTube in the past, as he kind of helped lead the fight against TikTok and the implement of YouTube Short. He also helped implement YouTube Premium with YouTube TV and YouTube Music. So he's helped the platform grow. He also has a very strong emphasis within the ad market, as he worked as the vice president of the company and he DoubleClick. But on the bad news about Neal in his time with YouTube, he was the one who ultimately tried to implement cryptocurrency and NFTs into the platform. He saw it as sort of a way for creators to further monetize themselves and implement a way to grow with their community, as super fans could have a piece of channel art or whatever that nobody else had. NFTs was just the stupidest idea that you could have ever brought to the platform. One, a very, very bad financial decision. And two, we just need to look at how YouTubers have handled NFTs in the past, and just look at CryptoZoo, for example, and that shit show that what that was. And we can see how NFTs are being used to scam fans of popular content creators and influencers. Thank God that idea was shot down at YouTube. Being so heavily involved in the ad scene has me sort of worried for YouTube's future, as we could see things like the 10 ads before videos coming to reality, or we could also see things like paid tiers of YouTube Premium that would allow it so you only had to watch one ad, but the tier system of YouTube Premium just seems like an invasive and dirty marketing scheme. But by no means am I saying this could actually happen. I'm just putting my guard up and worried that things like this could possibly happen, as this is the environment that the new CEO is from. And I think one of the reasons Neal was such a good candidate for the CEO role at YouTube was his policy rules that he presented last September that looked to target extremist and terrorist content on the platform. Now, this is big, involving YouTube's current Supreme Court case, Gonzalez versus Google. To summarize the Gonzalez versus Google case, the Gonzalez family is filing a class action lawsuit against Google for its YouTube algorithm promoting ISIS propaganda videos, which had influenced the Paris terror attacks on November 15th, 2015. Google claimed that they were not to be held liable for third-party content on their platform under protection of Section 230. However, being the fact that YouTube is recommending the content to users, it wasn't just a case of these users finding these videos. It makes the case a whole lot stickier, as YouTube's voice is actually the one putting these videos out there and recommending them to people. Section 230 protects all internet platforms and any other social media from being held liable of what content gets posted to their site. Section 230 hasn't been looked at by the Supreme Court since it first became a law 27 years ago. But now that third-party content and algorithms are playing such a pivotal role in the media we consume, they're finally looking into whether or not these liability shields protect algorithmic recommendations. The outcome of this Supreme Court case has the potential to shift the internet as we know it. Social media sites like TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, algorithms can get shifted in such a dynamic and game-changing way that we don't even know how to predict it. Now, these shifts might be minimal, as we might see small policy changes like the ones presented by Neal in September, which saw the banning of extremist groups off the platform, or even the implementation of media literacy programs, which teach people how to identify manipulation tactics used to spread misinformation. Or we could even see more widespread and radical changes which see the entire shift of the internet and usher in the next generation of social media. At the moment, the internet's at a tipping point. We don't know where it's going to go. We don't know what's going to happen. And we're all here just to sit back, relax, and wait for the inevitable outcome of the Supreme Court hearing. There's nothing we can predict. There's nothing we can control, but we're here. Bye, internet.